The scouting event is just around the corner, and while we are waiting for its release, I thought it would be fun to look back at all the events we've had so far in 2025. We'll go through the events one by one, giving the positives and the negatives, and then we'll give them a rating out of 10. I asked you guys to give your own ratings. I compiled everything together and made a general rating from the audience, and after that, I will share my own scores. The Trials of the Spirits is simply a holiday event that will come back every year with the same concept, same tasks, same bosses, same rewards, and so on. It is a recycled event with repetitive tasks and boring gameplay. It's a little bit expensive. You have to give aluminium and steel bars to level up in reputation, and these materials are way more useful in different situations. And the rewards are not that even worth it. However, on the other hand, it's extra content with extra reward. There are a ton of bosses to take down, they have some unique features, so at least advanced players kinda have something to do. For these reasons, I will say that the Trials of the Spirits event is mid. I will give it a 5 out of 10. And you guys gave it a 7.5. So a pretty decent event overall, it seems. The Valentine's Rush is a quick and straightforward event. It's not flashy, it's not original content. However, it does the job. You simply have to kill zombies in regular locations. No extra work to do. No need to farm ton of items in order to progress. Play the game regularly, like usual, and get some extra rewards for free. The rewards are kinda mid, to be honest. Only 150 genomes as the final reward. That's not really worth it in my opinion. So maybe the rewards might need to be improved a little bit. I will give the event a solid 6 out of 10. And your rating was a 5.5. Close to my own rating actually. So overall, the Valentine's Rush was pretty much a mediocre event. Leprechaun's Luck is another version of the Pursuit of Luck event. That's it. It's not new. It's not original. It has the same concept as the Pursuit of Luck. You have to kill the greedy and collect some caps, and then spin the wheel in the gas station to earn some extra rewards. So the content is very lacking in this event. There's not much to do. The rewards are also mid. It's not something that will greatly help you progress, but it's extra rewards for not a lot of effort, so that's good at least. Also, the Wheel of Chance was very hard to obtain. You needed to spin at least 15,000 caps at the minimum in order to earn enough clover. The clover required for these items was increased. As you can see, for the final reward, it went from 6,200 points to 7,500 points, which is way more expensive. So the Leprechaun's Luck is recycled from the Pursuit of Luck. It's boring with minimal content, the rewards have been nerfed, and the Wheel of Chance is very hard to obtain. For me, I will give the event a 5 out of 10. It's definitely not the worst event we had so far in Last Day on Earth. And for you guys, you gave it a 7 out of 10. It seems you guys like this event a little bit more. We have talked a lot about the Easter Madness event on this channel, but unfortunately, it was not for good reasons. So, let's recap everything that makes this event one of the worst in Last Day on Earth history. First, let's begin with a bit of positives. The Easter Madness, like the Valentine's Rush, is also a very quick and straightforward event. You have to kill zombies in regular locations, you will earn points which would help you progress in reputation, and then with the reputation, you will earn eggs that can be used to buy items from the black market. However, even if this event was extremely easy to complete, there is still one huge problem. Massive problem. It was pay to win. Yeah, that's it. The Easter Madness was straight up a pay to win event. Basically, it was impossible for free-to-play players to buy the care dispenser and the explosive storage, which were the best rewards possible in this event. Because, as a free-to-play player, you would only earn around 2,000 eggs from the reputation, and the two rewards we mentioned cost 5,000 eggs each. There is no way in the world to obtain these items without paying money. If the Easter Madness was accessible for everyone, and we could all obtain the car dispenser and the explosive storage, well, I would give the event an 8 or a 9 out of 10. But unfortunately, it was not the case. However, the black market also contained some good rewards as well. 2 purple mods, a chopper gas tank, gas cylinder, a drone mod. So for this reason, I will give the Easter Madness a 4 out of 10. And the audience gave it a 3 out of 10. Wow, that's a surprise. I think we can all agree that the Easter Madness was a stinker. Hopefully, Kefir learned from their mistakes. The first Hunter's Instinct, the one that came out last year, was considered by a lot of the community as one of the best events we had so far in Last Day on Earth. It was new content, it was accessible by everyone, and it had some good rewards. However, the next iterations of the Hunter's Instinct was a complete disaster. The event had so many problems, so many issues, that everyone in the community was starting to shit on the event and on the developers. At first, the Hunter's Instinct was actually a pay-to-win event, because somehow the developers messed up the calculations of the points for the reputation system, which made the event impossible to complete. This was a very big disappointment, especially when days before the event, Kefir said that everyone would be able to complete the event and get the ore extractor. And as we know, it was a complete lie. Then the Hunter's Instinct was filled with problems. For example, they removed the ability to mine abrasive with a pickaxe, and instead they replaced it with the manual earth drill, which is way more expensive. The pickaxe was accessible for everyone, but the drill was only for the rich players who had enough resources. The other problem was something to do with the boat. For some reason, Kefir changed the Forgotten Wetlands location and moved it to the island region, which meant that only the players who had unlocked the boat would be able to farm the thick leather, the alligator, and the bear claws, which were the highest tier items. So a massive portion of the event was simply blocked behind the boat. And as we know, the boat is one of the hardest challenges to complete in Last Day on Earth. Okay, the Hunter's Instinct has been coming back lately. Kefir listened to some of the feedback and they changed a lot of things. So maybe now it's better, right? Well, not really. They corrected all the miscalculations. Now it's possible to complete the event and obtain the ore extractors. So that's a positive. However, the two problems I mentioned remain. Manual earth drill is still required for abrasive, and the boat is still required to obtain thick leather, alligator skins, and bear claws. So to sum it up, the Hunter's Instinct now is possible to complete. You can farm enough points and you will be able to obtain the ore extractor. However, if you don't have the boat, it is not possible to complete the event. The event is also extremely expensive, requiring a ton of resources and energy. And finally, let's be honest, the Hunter's Instinct is also now becoming a recycled event. A repetitive and boring event, to say the least, since the developers did not bother with changing tasks or stuff like that, so you are basically doing the same thing over and over again. So for these reasons, I will give the Hunter's Instinct a 4 out of 10. It has been improved, but it's still lacking a lot. And the audience gave it a 4. It seems you guys agreed with me on this event. The Hunter's Instinct needs a lot of improvements. The Anomaly season was supposed to be an improved version of the Big Hunt event, but at the end, it's more like a downgrade than anything else. Starting with the positives, you get a free protector every time the event comes back. And for me, this is all I take from this event. I take the protector and I never touch the event again. There is also one thing that makes the Anomaly season special, and that's the different atmospheres we have in locations. I think that we can all agree that this is a great feature that needs to be implemented in Last Day on Earth. When it comes to the negatives, the Anomaly season has plenty. The first is about the excessive usage of energy. For example, I started this event with 200 energy, and then after completing all the contracts, I was left with 77. I used a total of 123 energy just for this event alone. That's a lot of energy. The reason why we have to use so much energy is because of the recommended weapons. Because we don't really know what the recommended weapons are from the get-go. It is random, so after finishing the contract, you have to check the recommended weapon, go back to your base, grab the weapon, and then go back to the location. For me, this is a stupid system that needs to be changed. Make the recommended weapons visible for players for all the contracts at the start. But that's not even the worst thing. The recommended weapons are also very expensive. You would think that for an event that's supposed to be for everyone, no matter the level, that it would have recommended weapons such as machetes, cleavers, bows maybe, or even a Glock. But no, somehow Kefir thought it was a good idea to have Genesis weapons as a recommended. Bro, I am saving all my Genesis weapons for hard mode of the lab, and Kefir then drops an event where I have to use a Resonator. Yeah, a Resonator. No way I'm clearing this event. Then, once you complete all the 3 contracts, Kefir has the audacity to tell you, with a big text on the middle, to spend coins if you want to refresh the contracts. Yes, you have to spend coins in order to refresh the contracts. Not even a free refresh. Not even a refresh using ads or something. Like even in the Big Hunt event, it was possible to reset the contracts for free at least once. But now, not even one free refresh is given by the devs. And the rewards are not that even worth it, to be honest. Starting from the reputation, there is only a couple of good items, but most of the best rewards are locked behind the premium version. Then, looking at the crates, the blue crate has very cheap rewards: leather, coal, some bandages, some brown cards, some iron. The real deal is the 5 copper bar, the corgi peppy, and the tactical backpack, which of course they are not guaranteed. And then for the red crate, well, it's definitely better, but in reality, you won't even have enough keys to open these crates. As far as I remember, you will only be able to open 5 crates. It is very unlikely that you will obtain the mods, the Saint Bernard, or the genomes. So overall, the Anomaly season is a very expensive event that will drain all your energy bar. The recommended weapons are very expensive. It is impossible to reset the contracts for free or by using ads, and the rewards are not even great. So for me, I will give the event a solid 3 out of 10. Get your free protector and leave the event alone. And you guys gave it a 2.5, the lowest score we have so far. You guys really didn't like the Anomaly season, it seems, and I completely agree. The delivery service event is a copy-paste version of the deliveries in the port. However, it is right in your base. It is a straightforward event. You have to craft boxes, complete deliveries, and earn points. The points can be used to buy items from the market. This event has actually a lot of positives. As I said, it is right in our base, so we don't have to use a ton of energy for this event. The recipes for crafting the boxes are very cheap and affordable, which makes the delivery service an event accessible for everyone. And then the rewards are definitely worth it. A couple of weapons, genomes, purple mods, drone mode. On top of that, these rewards are actually obtainable. You only have to grind the event. No premium bullshit. As for the negatives, well, this event does not have much gameplay. You only have to click buttons and that's it. Also, the wait time for the crafting of the boxes is very long, which makes it quite annoying to have to come back to the game every hour or so. But overall, I would give the event an 8 out of 10. The delivery service is a great event that will give you some extra rewards for only a little bit of effort. No need to spend all your energy bar. The event does not drain all your resources, and the rewards are worth the time and effort spent. If the event had some gameplay, then I would give it for sure a 9 or a 10. But because of the lack of gameplay, I will stick to an 8 out of 10. And for you guys, you gave it a 7.5. So yeah, I think we can agree the delivery service was for sure a great event. The Operation Purge is a concept of an event we have seen time and time again. We have seen it with the Valentine's Rush, with the Easter Madness, and that's the concept of killing zombies in regular locations. So in terms of originality, this event is very lacking. However, as I said, for the previous events, I mentioned the Operation Purge does the job. You just have to kill the zombies and you will earn some extra rewards. The rewards are also pretty good and they are obtainable by everyone. But yeah, there's not much to say about this event really. It is simply an improved version of the Easter Madness event. So for this reason, I will give the event an 8 out of 10. And you guys gave it a 7 out of 10. And here we go. These were all the ratings we gave about the events we had so far in 2025. By looking at my ratings and yours, it seems the Anomaly season is the worst event ever made with a 2.5 rating from the audience. And the best event we had in 2025 so far is of course the delivery service. So, round of applause for the delivery service event. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Share your thoughts down below and make sure to check out my other videos. Thanks for watching and bye bye.